Hello learners, now let us take a problem on cones, which again is an example of radial line development. The problem which we are going to solve goes like this. A cone of base diameter 50 mm and height 60 mm is resting with its base on HP. It is cut by a section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 50 degrees to HP and bisecting the axis. Draw the development of the lateral surface of the truncated cone. So the front view and the top view of the cone in orthographic projection looks like this. So now let us directly move on to representing the section plane. So here the section plane makes an angle of 50 degrees with respect to the horizontal, that is HP, and it is bisecting the axis. So now we will draw the section plane from the center of this axis. So we'll dimension it. So with respect to the horizontal, so it is making an angle of 50 degrees. Okay, so now we will extend this line further. Like this. And you can see that the section plane has not cut the base. Okay, so there is some gap. So here, which is very small for this particular case. Okay, so the same problem, if the angle was more than 50 degree, it would have even section cut the base. So for this problem, it is not cutting the base. So you should be very careful at this particular point, right? Okay. Now let us change the line type of the section plane. So we'll make it as alternate long and short line, and I have to indicate the retained portion. Again, we'll say, let us say S, the section plane. Arrow should always point towards the retained section. Okay, so now we'll name all the points where the section plane has cut the generator, starting from OA. So we'll move to OB, OC respectively. So we'll now name them. So it's a very small portion here. So we'll call it as one. On OB, we will call it as 2. On OC, we will call it as 3. OD, we will call it as 4. And OE, we will call it as 5. OF, we will call it as 6. As it is exactly behind 4, we'll put it in bracket. OG, we will call it as 7. Again, it is behind 3. OH, we will call it as 8, which is behind 2. And obviously OA is the last one, so it is getting terminated at 8. Now we have to transfer all this cut point to a generator which represent the actual length of the generator. In this case, you can transfer them either to OA or even to OE, as 1 and 5 are on the generators which represent the true length. So no need to transfer 1 and 5. So rest of the point we will transfer. So I'll draw the horizontal line from 4 to the generator OE. Similarly, from 3 to the generator OE, and to the generator either OE, or you can even transfer it to OA, doesn't matter, both will be same. So I'll transfer it to OE itself. So all the measurement which I'm going to do now is on a generator which represents the true length of the generator. Now let us split the generator on all the splitting points. So I'll use the split option. I'll split this line about the intersection point here, this line about the intersection point here, so this line about the intersection point here, this line about the intersection point here, and finally the last edge at the intersection point here. So now I'll make the lines visible. I'll split it on this base. So I'll make all the visible edges dark. So I'll select the base, select the small portion here, and a portion of the line here, and I'll make it as dark. Okay, the rest of the generator should be thin, as they are not the real boundaries of that particular cone. So this will be its true visible edges in the front view. Now let us measure all the points with respect to O along the true length of the slant edge. So that is O1, O2, O3, O4, O5, O6, O7 and O8. For that you go to inspect. You can use distance option. So let us say the distance of 1, so which is on the true length till O, you can see it is giving as 64.56. So that is what I have written here. Similarly, if I want the distance of 2, remember I am measuring everything along the true length generator. 2 to O is 50.09, so which I have written as 50.1 here. Similarly, if I want the distance of 3 with respect to O, you see it is 32.5, so that is what I have written. Similarly, O to 4 is 24.05. So note down all the distance of the cut point along the generator which gives you the true length. So in this case I have taken OE, you can even take OA. So you can use the distance option in order to get all these measurements. Now let us do the development of this truncated cone. You know that whenever a cone is rolled on the surface of a paper, the angle theta made by it is calculated by taking the radius of the base circle divided by the true length of the slant generator into 360. In this case, the radius of the base circle is 25 mm because the diameter is 50 and the length of the slant generator is 65. So I'll show you here. So I'll use the distance of E and O, you can see is 65 mm. So that is what I have taken here. This length of the slant generator is 65 into 360. It will give you 138.5 degrees. So now the circle we have divided it into 8 equal parts. So I'll also divide this angle by 8. So if you divide 138.5 by 8, so you'll get 17.3125. So now we will draw the first sector out of the 8th one. So for that I'll first draw a line. So then I'll draw the arc. So taking this as center, on the end of the line draw arc. So now I'll connect the end of this so that it represent the sector. So now we will use smart dimension. So I'll use angle between this and this, should be 17.3125. 17.3125. So this represent one sector. So I have to even dimension the generator. You know that the generator should be 65 mm, right? So this now represent one sector. So now I will make the mirror image of this. I'll use mirror option. I'll select this and I'm going to mirror it. So totally I need 8. So right now 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So now I'll go for smart dimension, and if I take the angle between the last generator and the first one, it should be 138.5. So you can see it is 138. Okay, so now we will transfer all these dimension which we got onto these generator. I'll show you how to do it. So now I have named all the points. Now we will transfer the dimension on this slant edge. So on OA it has to be O1, which is 64.56. I'll draw a arc. So I'll use arc by center with O as the center and radius equal to 64.56. I'll draw an arc. Similarly on OB it is 50.1. So again I'll use arc by center with O as center, radius equal to 50.1. I'll draw arc. So now on OC it is 32.5. 32.5. So like this I will do it for rest of the edges. This is how it looks when all the generators are cut. So now we will name it with the number. On OA it is 1, on OB it is 2, on OC 3, OD 4, OE 5, OF 6, OG 7, OH 8 and OA again it is 1. So once you identify all the points, so now you have to connect these points by using not the line but using a curve option. So curve option has to be used whenever you are going to connect the points in a cylinder or in a cone. So I'll use the curve option. I'll start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and finally 2, 1. So this is how the curve looks like. So I am going to split only the last portion of this because rest of the generator will not be visible. Now make all the visible boundary of the curve as dark. So we'll take this small portion of the line, again a small portion here, and finally this curve. All this thing should be dark. So we'll change the line type and make it as 0.5. So this is how the final development of this particular truncated cone will look like. So don't make the generator dark in the case of cylinders and cones, so they are not the real edges. You have to make it dark only in case of prisms and pyramid. For cylinders and cone, the generators should be thin as they are not real. So the final development of this truncated cone will be something like this. So thank you and all the best.